should relax. Miguel is not in love with you. Nate, I'm concerned. Kristen married her dog. Alexis is shutting down. Linda, you look hella weird. That was Beth, right? What are you doing, Morgan? James Allen, are you sponsoring these getaways as well? Miguel got a brunch spread. Look how messed up this is. Kristen hates Mitch's little voices. Success is the enemy of the environment. Can I say this out loud? I believe in Lindy and Miguel. Does Justin feel slighted in this? We like you. Don't do this. Why is Morgan so dramatic? Alexis told me everything. I don't like this, y'all. What was said? I feel empty. I felt like you could go up to it and that's like wiping somebody. Another ring. Come on with the black 2 female lawyer. I'm proud of this season, if only for that. Good job, y'all. What up, Mafs fam, and welcome back to another episode of From Rizzo with Love. With me, your girl Donna Rizzo, and her new blonde hair. Y'all like this? It's blonde and it's to the roots blonde. Let me tell you. Oh wait, before we get into this, thank you so much for joining me as we recap Married at First Sight season 15, episode 10, part 1. If you're like, why is there a part 1? Who the hell are you? I'm your girl Donna Rizzo. You may have seen me on Married at First Sight's kickoff special, mid-season special, decision day dish, countdown special. You know, if you're a Married at First Sight fan, you may have seen me, but my hair may have looked different. Let me tell y'all. So for my true blues, welcome back. Look, y'all. So I went to get my hair touched up. It was just supposed to touch up the roots. As we're getting it touched up, you know, the toner is in there. You sit with the toner for a little bit and then it gets washed out. As I have my toner in, a maintenance guy comes into the salon. It's like a private salon. And they're just thinking, you know, some like quick work, like he has to just fix the drain in the sink. Come to find out he needed to do a little more, then it was like a small leak. So I was sitting with my toner. So my hairdresser and the assistant are like, all right, fam. She literally says to the maintenance man, okay, she needed to get washed out 5 minutes ago. So we really need you to hurry up. Come on. And I said, you know what? It's okay. He'll just pay for my install. Like, that's it. Like, if I need wigs from here on out, he's gonna pay. And we're gonna have fun. We're going blue. You know, blue is my first pick. Blue, purples, reds. Like, we're going. And she was like, no, don't worry. Your hair's not gonna fall out. It'll just be lighter because the toner will be sitting in there longer. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, as long as it doesn't get damaged, it doesn't fall out, it doesn't burn off, like, do I really care? And no. Even though fall is approaching very quickly, I'm okay with this. I'm really curious to see what it looks like when it's curly. I'll probably curl it next week, so we'll all get to see it. You know what I'm really curious about is there's some like shorties in here. Like, what's this gonna look like? Because this with a curl is gonna be like right here. And am I just gonna be bozo, you know? So we'll all get to experience that together. If you see my hair pull back next week, actually, I probably won't even pull back. Listen. All right, y'all. Y'all know how I go on tangents. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Please make sure you stick to the end of the video because I do love to engage with you guys in the comments. Yo, this season, y'all are so active and I am loving it. I don't know if it's because there is a question that you had to answer that you guys are answering it more, but I see a ton of you guys answering other questions or like giving your analysis or your thoughts on what you think about these couples and the experiment and the process overall. So really excited to hear from you guys and to continue hearing from you guys. Like I said, if you're new, make sure you stick for the end of the video because I will ask a question that I want you to engage with in the comments. Just see how you feel about things. I will reply back, and as long as you're not being mean, you know what I'm saying? As long as you're not being like mean. Also, my special guest is here. As long as you're not being like mean to people, then I'm gonna write back. But if you call somebody an asshole, which I have seen before, if you call somebody dumb, which y'all have wrote this season or written this season, I ain't gonna respond to that. Y'all are messed up. To the people who write the 5-paragraph essays, let me tell you how much I love you. But I usually respond while I'm on the train, like on the way to work or in the commute, like in the middle of my commute. So I'll have to look on my phone, and if I gotta scroll and I'm replying, it gets a little difficult. So feel free to break those up. Say what you want to say, but feel free to break them up, okay? And for those of you guys who are new here, again, this is a very different recap than the other recaps you may see. 1 is shorter, 2 is split into 2 parts because I talk a lot. I don't know if you can tell, but I do a live reaction recap. So I recap the show while I am watching. So if a piece comes up or something comes up, I'm going to talk about it. I want you to feel like you're right next to me in this moment watching the show with me. I want you to say, that's exactly what I said in these moments, or that's exactly how I felt. I want there to be some moments where you're like, yo, I didn't see that, or I didn't think about that. So stick with me. This is a very different recap. They're bite-sized pieces and responses as you're watching the show. It actually, in hindsight, you know, I went to school down south. For those of you guys who don't know, I went to Vandy. And I remember the first time I went to the movie theater, and I had a lot of friends from Memphis, you know, Nashville, Tennessee, Memphis. And these would talk during the movie. And I was just like, what? Why is this accepted to talk during a movie in public? Like, I don't even like when people do that when I'm at home. When I'm at home on my couch, we watching a movie, silencio, okay? We focus. We could talk in the commercials. We could talk later. But I need to hear every small piece of detail that is happening. Everything that makes a movie cut matters and has a specific point. So if you're talking, I can't hear it, and I can't rewind my movie back if I'm in a theater. So I was just like, what the why are they talking through the theaters? And look at me. This is literally what From Rizzo with Love is. I literally talk while the show is going on. But you, if you're here, you have seen the show, so it's not annoying to you. But this is why when people are like, oh, let's have a watch party, I'm like, you don't want to watch party with me because I'm constantly pausing and going back and stopping to talk. You don't want that. And to be honest, neither do I. So love that we're doing it this way. And y'all, this is my favorite episode of the midway, right? I love weddings. I love the reunion. I like, I guess, Decision Day. But the 1 month anniversaries are one of my favorite episodes. So I'm super excited. I love when they get the baskets, they see their vows again. It reminds them why they got into these relationships, why they did this experiment. It just brings me so much joy for them to get back into the zone of how they feel and how they felt the moment they saw their partner for the first time or their spouse for the first time. So really excited for these couples to rekindle what they had on the wedding day, except for Mitch. But you can leave that. But for everyone else, really excited to see this. All right, guys, now, without further ado, let's go. Y'all, Miguel loves cooking a breakfast. This episode is always going to start with Miguel cooking Lindy some breakfast. I have not seen Lindy cook once this season. Miguel, you better come through. Wait, Miguel got a brunch spread. Y'all see this? Miguel got an omelet, breakfast potatoes, and he got waffles and berries. Are you for hire on Sundays in my house? Because I just want to roll over and have the brunch spread there for me. Call me, let me know. Y'all, look how messed up this is. Look how messed up this is that Newton is in the house cuddling with Maya's owner. But now let Maya see this. Do we think that Justin has gone back to visit Maya? Or is she like going there forever for 2 weeks / 5 weeks because no one ever got a clear answer on which one it was? And do we think Alexis has gone back to visit Maya? Because I'm going to say no. I actually should save that for my end. But look, I'm assuming that this episode is going to provoke some more thoughtful questions than just that. But I hope Justin has gone back. And I hope part of that training is integrating him into that program and not having Maya sit there this whole time and think that her owner gave her up. And then all of a sudden he reappears after 5 weeks or 2 weeks to just come back. And now she doesn't like know how to respond to him, or she goes back to her old ways. Justin, you better have visited this girl. And the way Newton is laying up in that bed, Alexis, you too. You know Kristen hates Mitch's little voices, right? Oh, look, we got some other friends this episode besides Chris Bassett. Wait, she said, Mitch said that success is the enemy of the environment. What does that mean? This is what I was talking about last week, y'all. If you haven't seen part 1 or part 2 of episode 9, go back and check that out. Y'all, success is the enemy of the environment. This is what I'm saying. Just because you're an environmentalist, just because you care about the environment does not mean you need to live in poverty. Who put that in Mitch's mind? And Kristen, don't let that be in yours. Wait, Kristen is telling her friend that she's actually happy. She's just wondering if this is a match. Like, happy to be cohabitating, you're happy to be married, or are you actually happy with Mitchell? Because those two things are contradictory. Yes, I'm happy to be on TV. Yes, I'm happy with Mitchell. Gotta align that because this ain't gonna work. I forgot about this. How could I forget about this? Y'all, last episode ended, oh my God, with Morgan being like, Ben, cue dramatic music. Alexis told me everything. If you needed drama, Morgan has brought it. All right. Let's get into it. So we getting into the actual drama. What happened? Hold up. Did Morgan, I don't even know if this is a did Morgan or did Justin. Was this a private conversation that Ben was having with Justin that he decided to put on speakerphone so that Alexis could hear? Or did he put it on speakerphone like as he was like getting ready or brushing his teeth and Alexis just happened to hear and then she decided to take that back to Morgan? Like Justin doing it intentionally to be like, chatty patty gossipy and be like, ooh, listen girl, shh, be quiet. Listen to what Ben is saying about Morgan. Which one was it? And if so, did Justin trust Alexis enough to listen into that and not say anything? Like, I wonder how, does Justin feel slighted in this? Who feels slighted? Justin, Ben? I don't know. That might be the question. So Alexis is literally doing everything that she told Justin not to do. She's going back and talking to Morgan about her relationship with Ben. But when Justin did it, Alexis was like, stay out of their business, worry about me. Alexis, girl, we like you, don't do this. Y'all, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all saw this replay? Why is Morgan so dramatic? I feel like Morgan is just doing things that she sees relationships do on TV. Like, you know how people always talk about, oh, you haven't had a view of a good quality marriage, so like, how do you know how to relationship, or like, where did you learn how to love? I think Morgan not seeing a relationship that works and is successful is detrimental to her right now in this marriage. She is just doing things and doing dramatic relationship-y things that she thinks that you should do because that's what she sees on TV. Honestly, I think I talked about this last episode when I was like, does Morgan actually realize that she's not acting like a girlfriend? I don't want to say that because it's not like there's a specific way to do it, but like there's surely a way to act like a girlfriend versus act like a female friend, a girl space friend. And I think Morgan is acting more like the bro versus a girlfriend. But I don't think she sees that. Morgan says, you don't gotta be dramatic like this. Like, Alexis told me everything. Door closed. Cue music. Run and walk away. Don't respond to him. Block him. Have him on red. Morgan, you don't gotta do this. You know that? You can get this point across without doing this. You know, y'all realize that this is the first person to leave the apartment. You think they put the clause in there after we talked about so many times, like y'all need to not have resets. People are not allowed to go back to their apartment. I give them 1 or 2 times, but we've seen in so many other seasons that people constantly went back to their apartment. This is the first couple that we have seen split and not stay in the apartment together. This is a milestone. And then look, it's episode 10. We usually get it as soon as we move back in. 1 episode in. I'm proud of this season, if only for that. Y'all, Alexis is telling everything. This is actually really crazy to me. She doing what she told him not to. And Morgan is over here like, well, why don't you go back to the apartment? You should be talking to me. Morgan, you're not responding to his calls. You walked away. You stormed away. How can he talk to you? If you said, I heard from Alexis, but you're not telling me what you heard it from, I'm going to take my ass upstairs and ask Alexis what she told you. Why is my wife so upset? Morgan, it's the drama for me. I don't like this, y'all. I don't like this one bit because I feel like everybody here is at fault. I don't know who's more at fault, but like, Justin, you are at fault for sharing this with your wife, either willingly or putting it on speaker and not knowing that she was listening. You knew that this was a private conversation between you and Ben, so why would you do that? And then Ben, I don't know what you were saying, but if it's enough that Alexis felt the need to go back and talk to Morgan about it, I don't like that either. So now you're like talking crap to someone else about your wife. And you have seen what this has done before. So like, Ben, 3 is Morgan for just being so fucking dramatic, fam. And if you want him to talk to you, you can't just storm out and walk away. And then for Alexis, I don't know if Alexis is breaking Justin's trust. Ben, I would say not Ben's trust because she ain't got nothing with him. Or like Alexis involving herself in other people's relationship when she doesn't have to. Or breaking Justin's trust too. Oh yeah, Morgan, you never cursed anybody out like that? Yeah, it just freely rolls off your tongue like this? Got it. Yeah, me neither. You're right. What was said? What is it that's so dramatic that Ben said to Alexis that she felt the need to go back and talk to Morgan about? Or is she blowing it out of proportion? Or is it that she knew that they weren't supposed to be talking at all, so she's just telling her she said something, and Morgan is like, it's the principle. Like, what exactly is it? Because we ain't get down to the bottom of this. They better tell us by the end of this. Was he looking for advice, or you think he was talking crap? Y'all saw the sign in the back there? It says like no overhead casting, and they're over there casting their lines in that. I also didn't know, you could fish in San Diego beaches? I guess you can fish in any boardwalk, but just the Mississippi and them coming out strong. Y'all see that? Alexis is shutting down. She is tired of doing this extra work for Justin. And she's like, I just want to live and I don't want to have to do your work for you and do my work in this relationship. She's shutting this down, y'all. Y'all heard Sasha's mom. I know you need answers right now. She knows her child. I hate that she's like taking the blame for this. Like, yes, it was in part that you are not showing her a good example, but I hate that she's in pain because she sees how, as a child, what you see from your parents or what your parents sow or say into you can really affect you long term. And I hate that she's crying about this. Yes, the example is from your upbringing, but it's not directly your fault. You didn't purposefully do this, but I guess like intent versus impact. I just don't want her to take the blame for this, but it's her child, so I get it. Y'all, Stasha said, I feel empty. This is gonna make me cry though. Y'all, I'm proud of the hair and makeup team for doing Dr. Pepper's hair this season because the way her used to, I felt like you could go up to it and good job, y'all. Whoever did that, good job. I appreciate you. And thanks for listening. Y'all see all these little moments? Everybody's like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do for the 1 month. And they're like, happy 1 month. And they kiss their partner. And then you throw to Stasha and Nate. And Stasha's having a real deep conversation with him like, are you where you wanna be at this point? Stasha, relax. Morgan. Oh, Morgan is the dramatics again. Morgan said, I need to face him. Is this the f***ing Cowboys Wild Wild West? Is this a duel? Are you gonna like challenge him to a fucking sword fight in front of the gladiator? Like, what are you doing, Morgan? Yo, didn't I just say Stasha would be a great dog mom? And look at her taking care of Kristen's dog. I be knowing. That's it. If this your first time here, stick with me because I be knowing. Stasha, why you look away like Luna was big enough to lick you? Luna this big, she can't reach. If she go up to here, ain't no way she gonna reach your face to lick you. That is disgusting. I know that baby need to be clean, but that's like wiping somebody's. You gotta go in a wrinkle every day. You think Mitch is doing that? I think not. Hold up, they got 1 month getaways? That's new this season. Yo, this budget went up. We got the rings. James Allen, are you sponsoring these getaways as well? Because we got rings. We got 1 month anniversary getaways. We used to just go to dinner and talk and have a conversation. I see y'all. Y'all, Kristen married her dog in male form. Even though Luna pumps in, so maybe period. Edging? What are we talking about here, guys? Honestly, if I didn't visit San Diego, I went for my friend's, her bachelorette party. If I didn't visit San Diego, I would be looking at them like, what the hell is this? Why are y'all in bubble jackets in San Diego, California? Like, I didn't know it got that cold. He's in a full winter jacket. I'm hesitant saying this because I feel like every time I say it, then a problem comes. So maybe I shouldn't say it. But I believe in Lindy and Miguel. Y'all, do we know the backstory of Lindy's dad? I know during the wedding and matchmaking, maybe, she talked about how her parents wouldn't be there because her dad doesn't believe in this. Or her dad wouldn't be there because he doesn't believe in this. But she makes a lot of references to older Miguel. Like, oh, I wanted an older man because he's more mature. She makes comments about his beard. She made a comment about the year that he graduated, about him being so far in life that he's more stable financially. Is Lindy seeking the stability of her dad in a Miguel and a partner? Is it something that she's not getting from him that she's seeking out? Okay, maybe I'm another reach. Lindy, don't say that. Miguel said, I've seen you at your worst. Lindy said, no, you haven't. Lindy, that makes Miguel scared. That means there's more and there's worse. Exactly. Miguel just said, wait, no, I'm scared. Exactly. Y'all see Luna scratching at the door or looking at the door. That means she's waiting for her parents. She's waiting for Kristen to walk through the door. That's actually really sad. I remember I dog sat my coworker's dog and she used to, or that was once, she went by their bedroom and she just sat at the door, like waiting for them to come through. That made me really sad. Come on with the black 2 female lawyers. You know what's crazy is I just watched a preview of a Black Lady sketch show and they just posted the one about the black courtroom and it was like Quinta and she was, I don't know if Quinta was the defense or if she was on East's side, but somebody, oh no, because Robin Thede was on East's side and then the judge was black and then the bailiff was black. And then, what's the person who scribes or whatever? Is it a scribe? That person was black. You know what's crazy too? My friend is a judge. And so I asked like, oh, you know, now that COVID is up, are people able to visit your courtroom? Or are we able to just like sign in and listen in Zoom? Because you know, like before, you can go in and just watch a case. You didn't have to have anything to do with it. You can just sit and watch it. I didn't know that. So I never took advantage of that. And I'm like, this is like Judge Judy in person. This is probably really cool to see. So I asked her if I can see that. And she was like, no, my courtrooms are closed. And I was like, damn. So I'm like, how else could I get in? So I asked her if the person who types, I said, oh, maybe I'll just go in for that job so that I could just see you in action. Because I've never seen her as a judge, you know? And she was like, that job doesn't exist anymore. I'm like, damn. That's another one of the jobs that don't exist anymore. And then we started going in a tangent about like jobs that don't exist because I was thinking, just like captions on social media are auto-generated, I'm like, I bet that's auto-generated. But somebody need to check that. And trust me, I know, because the amount of times that they have generated my captions and it has said B word instead of Mitch, that's not okay. What if that goes into the court documents that that's what I said and I didn't? So somebody needs to preside over that. So maybe that'll be me. I don't know. And then I remember can I say this out loud? I used to work for a league, and someone who worked in partnerships would literally go through and watch all the games and denote the number of seconds that signage was on. So, okay, let's say like, I don't know, McDonald's. McDonald's had a panel on the scoreboard. You would say, okay, like he would literally punch and say, okay, McDonald's was on the screen for 3 seconds, or McDonald's was on the screen for 7 seconds. You know what I'm saying? To make sure they got their bang for their buck and to see the return on that. And I'm just like, that job doesn't exist anymore either, because now computers can do that. And I'm not even at home. I'm trying to think what other jobs don't exist. So I say that to say, so then we started talking about jobs that have gone away. She said the judge said that she went into a McDonald's recently. No one was there. There was one woman at the counter, and she went in to make her order, and the woman told her to go to the kiosk. And she was like, it was a big kiosk. So now if there were other people there, everybody would be seeing my order, because I'm like clicking this. And she's like, so I put my order in. And then the one woman who works in the front has to call the number out. And obviously it's me, because there's no one else here. It's just like, are we getting rid of jobs? I know my girl Mara be telling us about the job market and this many thousands of new jobs have entered the market. But like, are we making sure that we're having enough jobs for people at all ranges and all levels? Because that's crazy. And I want to see her courtroom and I want to type. Wait, are these mutual lawyer? Are these like, is that Nate's lawyer and that's Stasha's lawyer? Are these people Stasha's people? Because Nate, I'm concerned. I know, she has your best interest at heart. Like, we're married, we're spouses. We had a conversation. But you need to get your own lawyer, okay? I love these anniversary boxes. Y'all notice that every time Kristen talks about her parents, but really her dad, she gets very emotional. Mitch forgot the word eventually at the end of his vows. I don't like when people say no matter how this goes. To me, when people say that, that means they're like, I'm not sure if it's going this way, or I'm not sure if it's going this way. Or they're saying it's not. Miguel's wearing the shirt that they wore when they were wearing the same shirt, except for Mitch. I know laundry exists. I know. Is this the same day? Yo, at least Lindy knew that kiss was weird, because I posted that. I think that's actually the still that I used for the clip, for the thumbnail for that episode that I used. Lindy looked hella weird with her arms up here like draped over Miguel. At least Lindy knows. Y'all remember when Beth was talking about, I think it was Beth, right? That was Beth from that. I feel like two wives have done this before, where they're going back through their anniversary books and they're like talking crap about themselves or about how everything looks. And the man is like, why are you so critical? Or like, why are you just talking about you and not talking about us? Y'all remember that? I think that was Beth, right? That was Beth. And who else was it? It was somebody else. Now we're gonna add Lindy, but it was somebody else. Lindy girl, whatever you do, don't tell this man you love him. You're not gonna hear it back. Miguel is not in love with you, okay? So save yourself the heartache, the drama, the extra angst. Don't tell this man you love him, okay? You will not hear it back. All right, y'all, this is midway. I'm gonna stop this right here. The rest of this better give me something more, because Morgan, Ben, and Alexis and Justin, it's too much drama. I better find out next episode or next half what the was said, because this is honestly ridiculous. I say it's ridiculous, but I don't want to but I don't want to disregard Morgan's feelings, because if trust is hard for her to get and Ben broke the trust once, this can just be a recurring theme for her. And so I get that. But I need you to know what it is that he said. And I need to know what he said wasn't just advice seeking from someone else going through this experiment. And I need to know if it was him actually talking about you. That needs to clear it up. You know what? That's what's going to be the question. The question this week is going to be, and I actually answered this, who is more to blame, or who are you most disappointed in this whole scenario? Ask either, okay? Answer either. Because there's 4 people involved, and all 4 of them could be to blame. Morgan, Ben, Justin, and Alexis. Who do you guys put the blame on most for this whole dramatic number that we have going on here? Let me know. Sound off in the comments. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me again. You've been watching for this long. This is your girl, Donna Rizzo, aka Rizzo of From Rizzo with Love. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be dropping part 2 in a couple of days, so stick with me. If you hit the subscribe button, you'll know when it drops again. Head to the playlist and watch some videos you haven't seen thus far. And I'll see you guys in a couple of days. All right, guys, please always remember that everything that I have said has been from Rizzo with love. Bye, guys.